please be 12 inches deep. Oh, God. This is gonna be a full send. Well, first step in getting this thing put together is need to get a seat on here. I bought that little metal tractor seat there. And then we gotta move on to clutch, brake, and gas and everything. And I'm gonna change it to a gas pedal, not this little throttle switch handle deal. So this won't take too long to do. Just drill the 2 holes, drop some carriage bolts down there, and then our seat will be all finished up for now. Hardest part really is just gonna be getting this thing centered up. The deck off this thing has a bunch of carriage bolts on it, and I kind of do this to like reuse this stuff to prove a point. Like this whole build has been nothing but junk that's on this tractor when I got it, because it's like, you know, I'm just trying to show that like you don't have to go out and buy all kinds of stuff to build something cool like this if you just got enough shit laying around, enough junk laying around. So that's why we're gonna reuse pretty much all this stuff. Sick. Yeah, put it on torque mode so I break my ankle or my wrist. Oh. Just realized I'm gonna have to build some inner fenders for this thing, otherwise this thing is going to be a thigh killer. Oh, built-in suspension. Yep, this might be wildly unstable. Yeah, it's pretty fucking, I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad. Plan V, plan vector. Okay, so I'm gonna steal a bar off of here and make a little support off of the toe. Oh, do I want to go to the toe thing? Because I want to be able to tow with this, because that would be sick. Shit. I didn't think about that. Okay, I'm not operating it. Oh, that bar's not. That bar would be better. Fucking butthole. Ugh. Okay, hold on. Okay, I gotta think again. I gotta use my brain again. I am a fucking engineer. God damn it, I'm good. Fuck yeah. That's a new blade and still good. See how many holes I blow through this seat. I think I have the heat turned down enough, but being a shitty welder is hard work, to be honest with you. If I can get out of here, ant. I can't even pick the damn things up. There we go. Kind of been looking at this and figuring out how to run the brakes. The way this is set up is that it's gonna be hard to run it to a pedal without re-engineering like all that shit. I really just want to make this thing run. So I'm gonna run the linkage up here, and then I'm gonna make a handle so that you got like it's a handbrake is what it is. I got a bracket built that I'm gonna weld to the it's like a frame. I'm gonna weld our handbrake bracket to that, and it's kind of a shitty area, kind of not, and make sure it's square enough. I got a handle, and I've got our bracket mounted, and I got our holes drilled in this guy, so slips in there, he goes through there, he goes through there. Now, a couple things. Number one, this isn't going to be a yank back to break, just because of room and time constraints. I'm just doing it this way. So you're going to see our issue here is that we've got a lot of space here, and two things. Number one, I need a spacer for that, and two, I need a sleeve to come through here so I can rigidly tighten this all down, but still allow this to be able to move. So how we're going to do that is, I found this little like dipstick tube thing or something I have laying around. Here's our bolt we're going to use, and it fits perfectly in there. And then the other thing, I guess that's not going to work, but I'll take like a cert clip or a washer or something and slide it over, weld it so that our handle isn't going to shift left and right, and then boom, we will have ourselves a brake. The engine that came on the tractor and what we're going to keep on the tractor is heavier than hell. It's a Kohler 12, yeah, Magnum 12. So pretty well-known tractor engine. It's just, it is so damn heavy. Like, it is ridiculously heavy. I pulled it off and put it back on a couple times. I need to pull it off. One, to drill holes for the mounts, and two, so that I can more easily take the pulley off. I don't have a puller with bolts long enough to take that thing off there, so I'll just use pry bars and work it off like an absolute re-read. So that's much easier said than done. All right, let's do it. This thing is so damn heavy. There's no great way to hold on to this thing. Oh my good Lord. Ugh. Okay. So apparently the trick is to use your whole back. Before I go and put this back on, I want to get rid of the governor on this thing. And one way you can go about it is, but I'm going to do nothing more than, oh, I see, it pivots off of that. And then, okay, so how this works, this over here is your actual throttle linkage. And right there is wide open, but the linkage coming from your throttle linkage over to your governor is a spring. So once you're at full throttle and those weights on the governor spring out, it can just, all it has to do is just override, just pulling that spring some, and it'll, do its governor stuff no matter where your throttle is at over here. So what we might do is just bring our throttle cable straight to the throttle blade, and we'll just have to work out a way to mount the throttle cable. I think that's what we're actually going to do. I think that's going to be, yep, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so all that was me finding out that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, which, well, that's daily occurrence. We have our engine mounted, finally, and then the next thing I moved on to was our pulleys. And so how we're going to get way more speed out of this with just the factory engine is pulleys. So if you want to make speed, you want a smaller pulley on your rear end and you want a bigger pulley on your engine. So this is the pulley that came off the rear end of this. This is like a 6-inch pulley or whatever. This is what we have on it now, which is like a 1.5 inch or 1.25 inch pulley or something fucking insane like that. For the front end, this is what was on there. Probably, I think it's like a 3-inch pulley, maybe 3.5 inch, 3.25, whatever. And I found the biggest one that would fit without hitting shit, which is this guy, 8-inch. Massive difference. I mean, that's a pretty big difference. And the one thing I didn't do when checking the key you know, seeing like what pins have continuity when it's turned to start, is I didn't see what pins had continuity when it's just in the, I guess you call it the accessory mode, or like one click over, you know, because I need to find that for our ignition. Okay, so I could use that pin. And this, okay, so I could use, what the hell, I just showed continuity a second ago. Okay, so on start, I use the starter pin, and then on accessory, I use that pin. So when you hit start, it gets 12 volts. Yeah, we'll do that. All right. Over the last couple days, I have been spending time wiring. And it's been a little bit complicated, but not really. But mostly, yes, because I've been drunk doing it. So I've had to rewire it 3 times now. I'm not even shitting you. I've had to do it 3 times. The tractor does run now, and I'll demonstrate that real quick. Oh yeah, and for some reason, I fucked it all up, but off on the headlight switch is now actually on for the ignition. Fucked that up pretty good. A little bit choke, a little bit throttle. Maybe not. We'll let it warm up a little bit, and then we're gonna go full chooch, because if you remember, we took the governor off this thing. I've only gotten like half chooch, and it was spitting flames out, so kind of nervous. And I'm like right in the fucking danger zone. All right, ready? We'll do it one more time. Okay. And we can only run it for so long because my oil pan gasket is bad. So as it's running, it is squirting oil right out the side over there. I got material to try to alleviate that issue, but honestly, if it's, no, it's dripping all over the place. Okay, never mind. This engine does have to come back out. Damn it. There's nothing good to hold on to here. Oh, I just popped a nut. Oh, God. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. There's a 10 out of 10 chance I've got hemorrhoids now. It's gonna hurt to wipe tomorrow. Holy fuck. Oh. I have the pan gasket. Put back on, all back together, and I have now closed the garage completely to where I'll absolutely gas myself out once I start this thing up. So, that being said, it's a little late at night, but I want to give you a treat, a full send rev on this thing, because before it wasn't a total full send. This is going to be a full send. So, hopefully my neighbors won't kill me. I have this entire thing shut up so I won't let noises out, but likewise carbon monoxide or dioxide, whatever it is, it won't come out either. So I'll just inhale it all and be okay. What the hell? Come on now. Come on, baby. gonna move my mic over there so you can get the full experience of it all. I think we broke something, but I don't know yet. There's a lot of sparks. Let's find out. I think we dropped a valve because it just kept chugging. Oh, I think our starter broke. Oh yeah, our starter broke. This is part of our starter. So our starter never disengaged. Okay, so I just need a starter. For our throttle pedal, I'm gonna have to make a little bell crank deal. Linkage bell crank setup thing in order to make our throttle work. I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but we're about to start working on that once I can figure out how screws operate. So this is what I'm talking about with our throttle issue. So our cable is gonna come down over here. For one, we've got some length issues. I mean, we could probably make that work and be okay, but I mean, that's a little much. And I need a pull on the actual cable to operate the throttle. And well, this won't be pulling it. So what I'm gonna have to do is run a linkage off of our pedal back to a bell crank that will pull this. And then when I lift off the throttle, I'm gonna have a spring there, or a spring up here. I'm not sure I'm gonna do that just yet. That'll bring our throttle back into place. So I'm gonna start working on the bell crank. It's gonna have to end up being all the way back here. And I've gotta miss the belt, so there's some things that we gotta worry about here. So. Even though this isn't perfect, I don't have the peg on here yet. I want to see how this feels from here. Not bad. It's not near as bad as I thought it was going to be, really. Okay. That backfires a little much. It's all right, you'll have that. These big jobs. Oh God, my neighbors are so fucking pissed right now. They gotta be. So we're moving on to the gas tank, and I decided I needed to figure out what it's gonna look like and pretty much how I'm gonna mount it. So I figured I would go ahead and sketch one out. So this is what I came up with. but I realized that one doesn't have measurements or tells me anything at all. So I revised it and did math underneath of it. So it doesn't look like I just did, I did math so it doesn't look like I drew a fleshlight in my notebook. So I want our tank to hold a gallon at least. So I did the math to make sure that it's gonna hold a gallon. So 1 gallon is 231 cubic inches. So okay, let us continue. Don't know that there's enough flat metal there to do this. And the other thing is it's so thick, it's not going to be easy to roll over the circles on the ends. Might have something here. It's exactly 18 inches wide. Please be 12 inches deep. Oh, God. It's only short by 1/4 inch, but that's fine. It's called being a cheap ass and getting your money's worth out of everything. Just don't knock that over. After 3 hours of cutting and grinding and whatnot, I have made circles. And they're almost identical to each other, so that's pretty good. I made a little notch in each of them, so I know where to start them on the edge of the metal, as well as gives me a little notch to put them in. So, let's see here. Well, I guess I need to fill that with a piece, but we have ourselves a fuel tank now. And it actually looks pretty decent. I'm gonna go around and weld this completely in, weld that side completely in, and hopefully not have any leaks. Oh, this is not our fuel tank. This is our fuel tank. It turned out much nicer than I thought it was. I thought it was just gonna turn into some ugly piece of shit, but it actually turned out really nice. I did mess up my math a little bit, but I'm gonna weld that up with a strip later after we get done drilling holes in this thing so I can get everything out of it. So we need a filler hole. And to not spend any money and to make this as cheap and as easy as possible, have this drum laying around, and the vent bung on this is a perfect size. So I'm gonna cut the bung out of the barrel here. I'm gonna cut a hole in this, or drill a hole with the perfect size bit. Drill a hole in there, take that, weld it in, and then boom, we'll have ourselves a plug. All things considered, I think this gas tank turned out about as good as my skills can offer. The plug turned out really well. I'm pretty proud of that. And so did it's just a hole I drilled for the actual pickup. The backside of this, well, it's the backside for a reason. That did not turn out as planned. It's pretty awful, not gonna lie. But the front side, money. It looks very good. I haven't mounted this yet, but that will be for the next video. And the next video, the only things we have left are belt routing. And what you guys didn't see in this episode is that I tried several different types of belt routing, and I did drive it once. It wasn't a good test drive. It was, in fact, probably the worst. It made me stop working on it for 2 weeks, if that tells you how bad it went, because the belt situation did not work out. I have a solution. I know what I'm gonna do. So that makes me confident that we're gonna be able to get this thing going pretty quickly when the time comes around. That's it for this video, but I want you guys to know that I'm planning on doing a bi-weekly upload. I've decided that if I want this channel, these videos and such to actually expand and grow, that I need to do so much more uploading. When I was consistent, we had really decent views, and you know, it's the way it goes. But I also want to ask and hope that you guys are enjoying the small engines content things, because I'm a regular guy. I bought a house, and now doing anything on a truck or a car or whatever is something I need to save up for in like 2 paychecks or whatever. Like, it takes a while. It's not easy. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Not saying that we're not going to be working on vehicles. I still need to bring my '89 Silverado and the black drag truck up here to Wisconsin and finish it. So the content will be there, but it won't be as plentiful as before. But I hope you guys are okay with that and enjoy what we're offering now. So the next video coming out will either be the continuation and finishing the tractor, or we might skip over to my mini bike that I brought up here just to have a change of pace. We'll see what happens. So I thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great day.